You were charged with assault of a family member, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On March 15th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to a family dispute. The officer met with the defendant who stated that the complainant is her common-law husband. The defendant stated that the defendant attacked her and physically pulled her out of a vehicle and slapped her twice. The officer then met with the complainant who stated that the defendant attacked him and by striking him multiple times in his face, bit him on his nipple and felt a sharp pain on the back of his neck. The officer observed the defendant to have a bite mark on his nipple and a scratch mark on the back of his neck. Officers then spoke with a witness who stated they observed the defendant attack the complainant and continue intervened. Officers observed no injuries on the defendant.
Any priors against this?
No.
And do we know what he wants? Ms. Jenkins, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. There is a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, the state can and will probably file a violation of protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. I don't know if this person wants to have contact with you. So until I know, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons.
So he would still like contact from what I can read here.
Is that from
He
a
said he
rip?
wants, it's from a rip.
When was it performed?
The rip was performed today at 9:14 a.m.
Okay, what?
He basically said that he wants to drop the charges.
I'm ordering you not to have any threatening or harassing contact against this person. You need to understand that what is threatening or harassing, it doesn't matter what you think, it's what he perceives. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application. Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'll take a look at it to see whether you qualify. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign it. Okay? Please. I'm looking at the order for protection now. Who is the complaining witness? What's the relation? It's boyfriend, right?
Yeah, 3 kids together.
Stop. No.
I'm looking now. We do not.
It's the guy, right?
It's the guy, and I don't have anything when I click on his name, and then when we tried to make, got quite irate and said he didn't want to comply.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because in these order for protections, there is a residential restriction that prohibits you from going back to residence of where this person lives or where this person works. So that's why I was deciding whether to keep this on or take it off. The problem is that I don't want you guys to get in another situation where you're going to end up back in custody with a new case because you guys keep butting heads. So you need to be very careful. If you got a bunch of kids with this person and you guys are constantly butting heads, you're the one that's going to end up in jail with a new case if you guys start going at it again. You understand?
Yes.
So you need to be very, very careful, especially if you have a temper. If you, look, 99% of the people that are in jail now are there because they have no self-control. They wig out and they do whatever they want to do without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? And sometimes you have but a second to reflect. Use self-control, especially if you have kids, because if your kids see this violence, what do you think they're going to do? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you are like this and the kids see this, they'll be just like you. I'm going to take the residential restriction off. The only thing I'm counseling you is be careful, especially if you guys butt heads a lot. All right?
Okay.
You've got a great lawyer here. He will take care of you. Just listen to him if there's ever any issues. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, John. So they're going to file no contact, no weapons. I think that, let me see if we already have it. We do. So we'll have you sign the conditions now, and then after that, you're free to go. Okay? Thank you, John. Mr. Torres, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 15th, 2025 at 3:34 a.m., officers made a traffic stop and asked for a second officer to make scene as well. The officer observed a silver Chevrolet Malibu with no headlights on. The officer approached the driver's side and observed the defendant to be behind the wheel. And
Hold on a second. Ladies, move away from each other, please. Miss Uloa.
The officer approached the driver's side and observed the defendant to be behind the wheel and operating the vehicle. The officer observed glassy eyes and odor of an alcoholic beverage. The second officer, a DRE, observed a mild odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, and unsteady balance. The defendant stated that he was coming from the library and drank 2 beers. 18
The library?
from a library. I don't know. Your Honor.
Sure. Popular
and then-
library, I tell you.
He drank 2 beers 18 to 24 hours ago. SMSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HDN, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 3 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant was arrested and declined to provide a sample, so a blood warrant was signed.
I forgot what the stop was. What was the stop for?
No headlights at night.
Mr. Torres, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Sir. Can you run him to see if he has any prior DWIs and if he has a driver's license?
Any prior DWIs, his license is ineligible.
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 You are not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life, and I don't care what you got to do. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kittens. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? Sir. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not to drive. There's no justification that you can give for getting into a car and driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hire a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are going to give you time. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, you will get with Fleischer for your bond condition. And after that, you're free to go. Be careful and protect my community, because if I find that you're a danger to it, it's not going to go well for you. You understand?
Sir.
Okay, come on. Q, are you ready?
Let's
Let's do it.
it.
At least he knows that it's not.
It's gonna be on page 22 and 23.
Did we not do a TRAS on Miss Morgan? This is Morgan, right? I thought we did a TRAS.
We did.
This is we're not going to continue. This is your 3rd trespass within a year. The next time, if you pick up another case, get ready. If you need any resources, we have resources here for you. If you need a place to sleep, if you need food to eat, you need somewhere to go, money, whatever, all you have to do is come back here and we will give you whatever you need. But living on the street takes its toll, and we're not going to continue to do this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Next time, we will really get to the bottom of it. Do you understand, Ms. Moore?
Yes, sir.
You're charged now again with criminal trespass and interference with duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine on each of those cases. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It'll stay there forever. This is it. I'm not going to continue to play this revolving door. Do you understand? How do you plead to both of these offenses? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty and I'll sentence you to 30 days in jail and I'll give you credit for the 17. The next time you pick up a criminal case, come back. You've never once come back. Come back if you pick up another one. Do you understand? Good luck, Ms. Moore.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Ogaro. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On June 29th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault in progress in Harris County, Texas. Officers observed a black SUV which had 3 people inside and confirmed it to be the vehicle of interest. The defendant got out of the driver's side of the vehicle and began to walk away from the officers. The officer then told everyone to stop and the defendant kept walking away, ignoring commands. The officer told the defendant multiple times to stop, but the defendant did not comply and began evading on foot from the officer towards an apartment complex. Foot pursuit began, and another officer then drove towards the defendant and gave verbal commands to stop, announcing Houston police stop. The defendant was eventually caught, and officers were able to place the defendant in handcuffs. The total approximate length was 1/4 mile. Upon return to the original scene, all other parties had left the scene along with a vehicle of interest.
What was the detention for? What was he doing wrong?
Officers were there on an assault call and had a description of the vehicle. And once they saw it, they approached, and that's whenever defendant.
Do you have more than just an assault call? Any kind of identifying factors? I mean, it's really just vague how there's just cars don't assault, you know? Like if there was some kind of description, someone in the car had assaulted someone or something to that nature, you know, but just.
I mean, officers were able to confirm the vehicle by the license plate given from the call.
Okay.
So they confirmed that it was the defendant's vehicle that they approached on.
Do they say that someone assaulted someone, that there were?
Yes, that it was just an assault call, Your Honor.
Yeah, I need more than that. I mean, it's really vague. It's presumptuous. Beetle, do you have anything else?
I'll look at it. Just let me take a look at it.
Okay.
If you
Just do me a solid, will you? Just take a seat for me. I want to make sure that there's probable cause if there is. If not, I'm going to cut you loose, but I want to make sure that there really is. So just give me a second and then we'll get back with you.
Judge, I see what you're saying. I was like, if you want to do whatever you want to do.
That's it?
And then I'll resolve it. I mean, I think you were questioning whether it was probable cause.
Right.
Related to the case.
There's nothing new?
I don't really disagree with you.
Okay. Come up, sir. So this was Ogaro. Okay, Mr. Ogaro. I'm going to find that there's no probable cause in the case. Just be careful out there to hunt you down. You know what I mean? Just be careful. Don't put yourself in the spot. Okay. All right. You're free to go. For sure.
Señor, me llamo Luis, el intérprete, mucho gusto.
Aneles Villatoro. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
We're in the court, it's too loud.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
I already have an attorney.
Great. Is it?
¿Quién es? Solo mira el juez, hermanito.
José García, pero dijo
José García,
dijo que iba a venir acá, no, que me dieran otra corte que me iba a presentar.
otra fecha. Okay, he told me to ask for another date so I could represent
Es
myself.
que ayer fue de vacación y viene hasta viernes.
Okay, yesterday was a vacation day and he doesn't return until, ¿cuándo vuelve?
Cuando me den otra cita, no sé qué.
Okay, whenever he returns, I'm not sure whatever date.
We're going to do probable
Le vamos a hacer
cause.
causa razonable.
Please don't say
Por
anything at
favor,
this
no diga
moment.
nada durante esta fase.
Perfecto.
Okay.
Perfect.
On June 26,
El 26 de junio
2024,
2024,
officers responded to a disturbance call at a
llamado de
food bank in
disturbio
Harris
a un
County,
banco de comida
Texas.
del condado de Harris, Texas.
Dispatch provided the
El
vehicle
despacho
description
dio la
of the
descripción del
defendant,
vehículo del
who was
acusado
stated to have
que
a
se declaró
firearm and be under the influence of
que tenía un
alcohol.
arma de fuego supuestamente y estaba bajo la influencia de alcohol. Espera, ¿qué?
The dispatch said,
El
gave
despacho
the
dijo,
vehicle
dio la
description
descripción
and
del
was also
vehículo y
told by the
también se le
caller that
informaron
he
por
had a
el llamador que
firearm
él
and
tenía
was
un
under
arma de
the
fuego y
influence
estaba
of
bajo la
alcohol.
influencia de alcohol.
Okay.
No.
The defendant was parked.
Stop.
Pare.
The defendant was found to be
acusado se le
parked at the
encontró
Chevron gas
Estacionado
station.
en la gasolinera de Chevron.
Upon search, there was no
Al hacer un
weapons
registro
inside the
no había
vehicle, and
ningún
the
arma dentro del vehículo.
defendant was then
El
asked to
acusado se
exit
le
the
pidió que se
vehicle
saliera del
and was
vehículo
asked if he
y se le
consumed
pidió
any
que se le
alcohol.
preguntó que si consumió algo de alcohol.
The defendant
El
stated he
acusado
had two
declaró
beers earlier.
dos cervezas temprano.
Officers observed
Oficiales
the
observaron
defendant to
que el
have
acusado
glossy
tenía
eyes
ojos
and a mild odor of alcohol beverage on the breath. The officers
El oficial
did locate a six-pack of
sí
Modelo
localizaron
beers on the
una
passenger side
parte de 6
floorboard
modelos, cervezas modelos en la parte trasera del
with three
vehículo,
empty
con
bottles
3 botellas vacías
back in the cardboard container.
todavía puesto en contenedor de papel.
Standard
de
field
cartón.
sobriety
El
test
estudio
was
de terreno se
conducted,
realizaron
6 of 6
6
on
de
the
6 pistas en el
HGM,
extremo
3 of
horizontal,
8 on the
3 de
walk
8
and
pistas en
turn,
camino
and
giro
1 of 4
y 1
on
de
the
4
one leg
pistas en el
stand.
paro de una pierna.
DIC was read
Advertencia
and the
secundaria se
defendant
leyó y el
consented
acusado
to
dio
breath,
consentimiento a prueba
but
de aliento,
refused to sign the
pero se
document.
rehusó firmar el documento.
The defendant complied with the breath
El
request
acusado,
on the intoxilizer, but while attempting his
I'm
second
sorry.
breath,
I'm so sorry to interrupt the defendant. What? The intoxicalizer, what?
the defendant
El acusado,
complied
cumplió. Thank you.
with a breath request on
Con
the
el pedido de
intoxilizer,
aliento sobre el alcoholímetro,
but while attempting
pero
his
mientras
second breath,
intentando su segundo
the machine
prueba de aliento,
stopped
la
and gave
máquina
a
paró
reading
y
of
dio una lectura
interference detected.
de interferencia detectada.
Officer requested a
Oficial
sample of
pidió
blood from the
una muestra de
defendant, to
sangre
which
del
he
acusado, de
refused,
la cual él se rehusó.
and blood was taken
Y sangre
pursuant to a
fue
warrant.
traída de acuerdo a una
Did you
orden
say that he was driving?
por extracción de sangre.
He
Usted
was
dijo que
found
estaba
at the
manejando, se
Chevron
le
gas
encontró en la
station
gasolinera de
with the
Chevron
engine running,
con el motor
and
prendido.
yes. So when officers
Entonces,
made
cuando los
contact, he
oficiales
was
hicieron
found in the
contacto,
driver's
se le
seat,
encontró
engine
en el
running at
asiento
the
del
gas
chofer,
station near
el
that
motor
food bank.
prendido en la
Does anyone see
gasolinera.
him driving?
Alguien lo
We
vio.
have is him sitting at, I mean, we don't have anyone that sees him driving, right? All you have a caller that says there's a guy with a gun and alcohol, and the cops get to him and he's just sitting at a gas station.
He was at
Estaba en la
the food
gasolinera.
bank,
Él
and
estaba
then
en el
in the
banco
same
de
area, he
comida
was
y la
found
misma
at the
hora se
gas
encontró
station
en la
near the food
gasolinera
bank,
cerca del
and
banco de
with
comida
the engine
con el
running,
motor
which
prendido,
operating a vehicle,
operando un
the
vehículo.
engine can be running,
El
and it
motor
can be
puede
inferred
estar
from him
Anyone
getting.
that's
prendido, no sé si es
driving, that sees him driving? Do you have a witness?
¿Hay un testigo?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Let's do this. I'm gonna have you just take a seat in the jury box. I'm not ready to rule on this yet. We need to do a deeper dive on your case, sir. Just grab your stuff and just head there for now.
A la derecha, se sienta ahí. Sí, sí.
Oh, right. Okay. So Nathan, can we talk about Canales real quick? Canales, this is a DWI.
Cause number is 2.
Just, can we do PC together? Because I was wavering on whether there's PC or no PC. We read the whole thing, if you don't mind. Go for it.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, sure.
On June 26, 2024, an officer responded to a disturbance call at a food bank in Harris County, Texas, with a vehicle description of the defendant who stated to have a firearm and to be under the influence of alcohol. The defendant was parked at a Chevron gas station. There were no weapons inside of the vehicle, and the defendant was then asked to exit the vehicle and was asked if he had consumed any alcohol. The defendant stated he had 2 beers earlier. The officer observed the defendant to have glossy eyes. and
Okay, that's why. So the
My
food,
question is the car on or not?
but
It was on.
I've been, but so is the food bank at the gas station? Did anyone see him drive anywhere?
Let me look at the bids,
The
John.
food bank to me is not a gas station.
Well, no, but there are food banks at some of the gas stations, or you can
There's
get,
food at the gas station, but it's not a food bank, right?
well, not in the, I mean, what I mean is there, you know,
I
they have gas
there's a
stations.
call about a food
So-
bank disturbance, they go to a different location.
Yes,
and
Judge.
talk with
And
them.
if I can clarify, in the DIMS, it says that, originally the disturbance happened at a food bank while en route to the location, which wasn't noted by the prosecutor in the case. The officer was advised that that vehicle, I'm so sorry. That he'd been stopped in the area, based on the description of the vehicle with the temporary license tag. So they stopped that vehicle, based on the description of the vehicle and the license tag.
So they stopped it at the gas station.
But that's when they approached, because based on the license plate.
My whole question, Judge, is, does anybody see him operate the motor vehicle?
That's my question. That's what I'm getting at. Do we have any kind of operation? Do we see anyone, does anyone see him driving?
I'm hearing gas station, but most of the people pull up to a gas pump or to get some food or whatever and turn their car off. Most people, not
So,
everybody. But
When they arrived, the DIMS states that the suspect was still in the driver's seat with the engine running.
Okay, that's a big difference.
that's it.
Yes, Judge.
I mean, that's more because got to get there somehow. And okay, all right, come up. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Wait, Canales, wait. We need to translate it. That's a big difference.
Yes, and I appreciate
Okay.
your concern.
Now let's come on up.
I have to admonish him real quick before
Okay.
we. All right. All right, Mr. Canales, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. I told you earlier that I wanted to do a deeper dive to see if there was probable cause to go forward with your case. After the state has told me more about your case, I'm now going to find that there is probable cause to go forward. Tell me, are you a United States citizen? No.
No,
Are you in this country with or without permission?
es con permiso o sin permiso.
Con permiso.
With permission,
Entonces, TPS, TPS.
with a TPS.
Okay. You have temporary protected status. Understand, the more criminal cases you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of that protective
Esa
status being revoked.
activo sea revocado.
No.
Sector
Do you
sea-
understand?
¿Entendió, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you
solo
have a Texas-
en la cara.
Okay.
¿Usted tiene licencia de conducir de Texas?
No.
No.
You are not allowed to drive.
Manejar.
There's no quicker way for you to go to jail
Ir a una
than to be
cárcel,
caught in a car driving.
en un carro.
I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You will be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive because it's an offense in and of itself. You will be signing with me today in a promise that you're not going to drive. Mr. Canales, I don't know whether you do have TPS status or not. To me, it really doesn't matter.
Para mí, realmente,
I will warn you now that if there is any problem with your paperwork and immigration finds you in the jail because they sweep it on a daily basis, they will put an immigration detainer on you. You will remain in custody until immigration is done with you. And as you well know, it takes ages for immigration to do anything. I now have at least 5 people stuck in jail on an immigration detainer because they don't listen. You are now advised. This is the only warning that you're going to get from me. You violate any of these bond conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. And if you are unlucky enough, you're going to be there for a very long time. Your bond condition number 1, no consuming alcohol,
consumir alcohol.
Okay.
no illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you.
Voy a hacer pruebas al azar.
Okay. If you test positive for anything, you will go to jail.
Okay.
I'm also ordering you not to drive.
Maneje.
Okay. You drive,
Usted
you
maneja
go to jail.
a la cárcel.
Okay.
Okay.
Heed this warning because you will not get another.
Porque no va a
You must also return to court as well.
regresar a tribunales también.
Now, if I remember correctly, he said he was going to go hire Joe.
Ir a contratar a Joe.
Is that right?
Yes,
Un
eso es
abogado.
correcto.
Sí, un abogado.
Yes, an attorney. An attorney.
Joe is a great lawyer.
Joe es un buenísimo
Sí.
abogado.
So we will give you time.
Vamos a dar tiempo
Go hire. If you need a lawyer to represent you regardless, so go.
para que lo representes.
Sí.
And I would go quick
Varía
because this does have consequences on you.
Ok.
para usted.
Sí.
Yes, sir.
For now, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not to drive. Then I will have you go to Victoria where we'll have you sign a reset.
Firmar un aplazamiento.
And then after that, you will get to Tracy for your bond conditions. You will, after that, you'll be free to go.
Para irse.
Do not pick up any new cases.
Okay.
All right, come on up here. We'll have you swear to this and then we'll have you get going. Ms. Castillo, you're charged with assault bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am.
The complaining witness reported that her vehicle struck the rear end of the defendant's vehicle while exiting a parking lot. The complainant stated that the defendant exited her vehicle and dragged the complainant from her vehicle from the driver's seat window and began hitting her in the face and body with a closed fist, causing pain.
So pursuant to a car accident,
I'm sorry.
pursuant to a car accident, right? You said? Okay. Ms. Castillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am? You're 19? What do you do in life now? Did you graduate from high school? If I drug test you right now, what's going to show up? Okay, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, and then you're to come back, and then we're going to speak about it. Well, first off, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a Texas driver license, ma'am? Okay, do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Before you drive and before you get out of here, I want to know and I want to see that you have actual insurance in your name. For now, I'm going to send you for a drug test and you must come back, and then we'll talk about a lawyer situation for you. Tracy, do you mind sending her? You want her to come sign something with you now,
Yes.
Victoria? For now, I'm going to have you sign a reset and then you must come back, ma'am.
Page 4, Celestino, come on up.
Do you have access to see, is Logan here?
He's watching from his phone. I don't know if he's trying to leave it on this one.
Are you able to see if she has a license or no?
This one,
No,
her.
Ms. Castillo, yeah. Do you have access to the,
I can't run it, but it does say she has a driver's license number.
okay, we'll figure it out in a second, don't worry. Okay, Victoria, who's this?
Celestino, page 4.
Mr. Celestino, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On June 29th, 2024, at approximately 12:44 a.m., officers were dispatched to assist Houston Fire Department with an intoxicated party. Upon arrival, officers observed the defendant's vehicle stopped at railroad tracks in the road. The Houston Fire Department stated that they were dispatched and observed the defendant behind the wheel, car and parked, flashers on. The defendant stated that he had 1 beer and was on his way to his girlfriend's house. He is 17 years old and that.
17.
Yes, Your Honor. Officers observed red glossy eyes and a strong odor of alcohol on the breath. Standard field sobriety test was conducted, 6 of 6 on the HGN, 5 of 8 on the walk and turn, and 2 of 4 on the one-leg stand. DIC was read, breath was refused, and blood was drawn pursuant to a warrant. His driver's license does show eligible.
Mr. Celestino, what do you do for a living, sir?
Metal company.
Did you graduate from high school? Did you graduate from high school? Are you in school right now? Where do you go to school? That's high school. Okay. If I drug test you right now, what's going to show up? We're going to see that. I'm sending you for a drug test now. Are you sure?
Sir.
Okay. I'm sending you for a drug test and then you must come back here. I will provide a lawyer for you today. No more drinking. No more dope. Otherwise, I will put you in jail, sir. You're not going to get any more PR bonds. You understand me? Do you have a driver's license? Do you have insurance? Okay. For now, I'm going to send you for a drug test and then you must come back. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria and then I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box, sir. Hey, Vic.
Yes,
I'm going to send him for a drug test as well.
go ahead and sign for your reset.
Hey, can you go ahead and appoint for him and for Castillo, please?
No, I just to see the driver's license.
Great, thank you.
All right, Judge, next is page 14, Lopez, come on up.
Are you chewing gum, sir?
Sorry. Piece of plastic.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On June 29th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an apartment regarding an assault in progress call. They spoke with the complaining witness, the defendant's friend, who said that the defendant assaulted him, causing him pain by punching him multiple times in the face. The complaining witness tried to fight back, but was afraid for his life, so he fled and tripped. Officers observed a quarter-sized bruise on the complaining witness' left side of his neck, quarter-sized bruise on the right side of his pectoral, and multiple lacerations to his forehead. Defendant was located hiding in a closet during a search of the property. The defendant was ID'd by his U.S. passport.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
19. No, 21, my fault.
Sorry? So you're 21.
So, yeah.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I work with my grandpa.
Doing what?
Like construction, like we get calls, like you say you want a patio built, we go up there and we build it up from scratch.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, Your Honor.
You as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming any kind of dope, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. Do you understand? Did you want a court-appointed lawyer, sir? Did you want a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need you to fill out an application for me. So Deputy Holly's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You're not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. You understand? If you violate any of these bond conditions, I will put you in jail and then we'll be doing all this behind the bars. Don't pick up any new cases. Behave yourself in the free world. You understand? Okay.
Page 15.
So don't worry about it because
Come on up.
Amy will take care of the bond, or
Okay.
Tracy will take care of the bond conditions.
Go ahead and sign for your reset. For your application.
Please. Hi. Peter.
I have an arraignment, do you mind if I approach you?
Of course.
Go ahead and have a sit with your response to Lopez.
Is this your ring?
He was up there first. So.
Okay, so after this, we can get Mr.
Who
Delise.
is it?
What's this one?
Did he just walk up here?
No, I called him.
Oh, okay. Are you Giorgio Mack? Mr. Mack, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On June 30th, 2024 at 2:48 a.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for going 87 in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. Defendant admitted to driving the vehicle and ID through his Louisiana driver's license. Officers observed unsteady balance, red, wet, glossy eyes, and an odor of alcohol on the breath. The defendant refused standard field sobriety test, but a 375 milliliter bottle of Crown Royal 1/4 full was located in the vehicle. The IC was read, breath was refused, and blood was taken pursuant to a warrant.
CBS needs prior DWIs, please.
There's no criminal history. No.
Mr. Mack, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Where do you live?
Inglewood.
You live in Houston, here. How long have you lived here? Are you planning on staying here or are you going to go back to Louisiana? The point I'm trying to get is if you're planning on staying here and making this your home, your domicile, you must surrender the Louisiana license and get a Texas driver license. If you're planning to go back to live in Louisiana, then you may keep the license, but other than that, you have to surrender the license. As it stands, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming any kind of dope, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Sure. Okay. You may continue to drive as long as you have both. If you do not have both, then you cannot drive. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So first I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then so you need to hire a lawyer quick then, and you need to get on it quick. I'm going to tell you that there's a lot of timing requirements with your license as well as for DWI. So if you sit there and wait until you get back to try to hire a lawyer, you may lose that Texas or that license that you have. So I would get on it quick. And then once you do get a lawyer, have them come talk to me, and then we can talk about waiving your appearance so you can go work offshore. I'm okay with that, but you need a lawyer first. Okay. So I'll have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. You'll get with Trace for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go. Okay.
Page 16, Norman.